I thought my Social Security timing was the biggest decision in my retirement plan until I started looking at my taxes. That's when I learned something surprising. Where your money sits before 65 could matter just as much as when you retire. So today I'm walking you through what I learned running my numbers and why I'm seriously considering a Roth conversion before 65. Before we dive in, go ahead and subscribe if you want more real-life retirement planning stories like this one. Not advice, just lessons from someone walking the same road you are. Hey there, I'm Cheryl, your corporate country girl. I'm 62. I'm still working my corporate job from home here on our Alabama family farm and counting down just 2 years and 9 months to retirement. During this season, I'm digging into the things that really shape retirement, like Social Security timing, healthcare, taxes, and now Roth conversions. Because if there's one thing I've learned, it's that retirement planning isn't just about saving, it's about strategically shifting how those savings will work for you later. A few weeks ago, I was sitting at my kitchen table with a coffee cup and my tax forms spread out. Cooper was snoozing at my feet, and I was staring at my IRA balance thinking, what happens to all this money when I start pulling it out? Then I ran the numbers between my 401k, IRA, pension, and what will eventually be Social Security. I realized my tax bracket in retirement might actually be higher than what it is today, and that hit me. I've always assumed retirement meant lower income, lower taxes. But with required minimum distributions kicking in later and the potential for future tax rate changes, it's not so simple. That's when I started learning more about Roth conversions and how shifting a portion of those traditional funds now could save me a whole lot of tax pain later. If you're not familiar with Roth conversions, think of it as paying your taxes up front on your own terms. You move money from a traditional IRA or 401k into a Roth IRA. You pay income taxes on the amount converted that year, but once it's in the Roth, it grows tax-free. No taxes when you withdraw, no RMDs later. The catch? Timing matters. Do it while your income is lower or before big income years like taking Social Security or Medicare, and you could save thousands in the long run. Here's my logic. I'm 62 now, planning to retire at 65, but I'll likely delay Social Security until I'm 67. That gives me a 2-year window from 65 to 67 with no paycheck and no Social Security. That window could be the perfect time to do small Roth conversions each year, staying within the 12 to 22% tax bracket. And doing it before 65 has one more advantage: no IRMAA yet. That's the extra Medicare premium you pay if your income is above certain thresholds. Once you're on Medicare, conversions can trigger those surcharges, and nobody wants that surprise bill. So I'm looking at converting a manageable amount while I'm still working and while my income is predictable without pushing myself into a higher tax bracket. Here's my current checklist. Number 1, know your tax bracket. I'm aiming to stay within the 12 to 22% range. A conversion sounds great until you bump yourself into a higher bracket. Number 2, watch your Medicare timing. Conversions after age 65 can raise your Medicare premiums 2 years later. Number 3, pay the taxes from cash, not the IRA. If I convert, I plan to pay the taxes from my savings, not the retirement account itself. That keeps more money growing tax-free in the Roth account. Number 4, leave flexibility. I don't plan to convert everything, just enough to smooth out my taxable income over time and reduce future RMDs. And number 5, think long term, not just year to year. I want to avoid a massive tax hit later in my 70s when RMDs combined with Social Security and pension income. Let's say I convert $50,000 from my traditional IRA this year. If I'm in the 22% bracket, that's $11,000 in federal taxes that are due. But that $50,000 now grows tax-free. And if it doubles over the next 10 years, that's $100,000 I can withdraw later without paying another penny in taxes. That's why it's not just about what you earn, it's about where you keep it. What I love about learning this stuff, even though it can be complex, is how much control it gives you. I used to think tax planning ended when you retired, but really, it's just getting started. I'm not a financial advisor and I'm not giving tax advice. I'm just sharing what I'm learning because every decision, from when you take Social Security to when you convert to a Roth, it builds your retirement income puzzle piece by piece. So if you're in your early 60s, like me, this is the perfect time to explore the what ifs. Run the numbers, talk to your financial or tax advisor, and make sure your money in retirement works for you, not against you. Because sometimes the smartest move you can make is the one you make before you hit 65. So here's where I've landed. I'm not rushing into a full conversion, but I'm running the numbers year by year to see what makes sense before I turn 65. Because the more I learn, the more I realize retirement isn't one big decision. It's a series of small, strategic ones. And that's what I love sharing here. The real steps, the trade-offs, and the lessons learned along the way. Whether you're thinking about Roth conversions, Medicare, or when to take Social Security, it all ties together in the bigger picture of how we want to live this next chapter. If this episode helped you see Roth conversions in a new light, go ahead and subscribe. And be sure to watch my video, Should You Delay Social Security? What I Learned Running the Numbers. It's the perfect companion to this one. I'll add the link right here. And be sure to look for my upcoming video on the Road to Retirement series that will focus on Medicare and IRMAA. I'll be breaking down how those income thresholds really work and what I'm doing now to avoid paying more than I have to later. In the comments, have you thought about doing a Roth conversion? What's your biggest question or hesitation right now? Thanks for watching. I'm Cheryl, your corporate country girl, and I'll see you next time as we keep walking down this road to retirement and learning together.